Okay, let's get straight into it. We will be joined by Stephen Marsh very soon.
Santa Catarina, she charges away in the first. That's an impressive win. Savapak trying to rally again on the inside, doing a good job too. At the line, oh gee, that's close. Getting the heads up next door. Savapak is kicked again on the inside to get the win. And an early race-to-race double for Stephen Marsh, and this one with Craig Grills aboard. Tight line, he's in front under the 60 kgs, and it's home. Great tactics. Tight line won it.
Stephen Marsh, he won the first 2 races on the program. Now you can add race number 5 to make it 3.
Stable runners of Stephen Marsh on fire. I'm sure he keeps a little tally back at the stables, or someone in the stables does. His last 50 runners presented to the races, 9 of them have won. So an outstanding strike rate for the man that joins us now. Good morning, Stephen.
Morning, Jason. No, I definitely didn't know that, but I'm happy to hear it.
I'm sure. It's that's cash for your owners, that's for sure. Tell us about your chances today in the feature race, Santa Catarina. You've got her humming along. Is she ready and right to do it again?
Yeah, she's come out of that last race. Probably not, obviously not the ideal programming, going from the 1400, 7 days later, pulling it back to probably one of the sharpest 3-year-old 1200s you could assemble. But she's really freshened up, got a treadmill at home, and only put a saddle on her back once, and she's jumping out of her skin. So draws, I guess, my concern. She does come into 9, which is not the worst. When barrier 12 came in, it looked obviously a lot worse. But yeah, she'll jump. She'll go forward within reason. There will be a fair bit of pressure, but no, since she's on top of her game and she's very well.
How sort of realistic do you think it is that she might be able to find the front? Obviously at Ellerslie she led up and she was really good the last 300 or 400 metres, particularly when challenged and then asked to sprint, she responded. Do you think that there's a good chance that she might find the lead? What are you thinking there?
Well, she drew one at Ellerslie, and it wasn't a whole heap of pressure really. Today I suspect there'll be a fair bit of pressure. She does have good sort of tactical gate speed, and she can still sprint hard off even a pretty ferocious pace. So, yeah, look, we're not going to be too desperate, but she will be going forward, and it's just where she pans out. But yeah, look, it's certainly not going to be jump to the front and lead easy like she did at Ellerslie, I don't think.
What have you noticed around Cambridge? Because there are a number of other Cambridge horses that are going to be leading challenges to Santa Catarina's chances. Anything that sort of stands out to you?
Well, a lot of the nice ones, probably from Cambridge, have drawn out a little bit. Obviously, a bit of speed inside us with the Pikes 2 runners, but you know, a horse like Vigor Winner, I think he's an extremely good horse, but he's drawn the car park. Hypnos, same sort of thing, drawn 18. I don't know what they come into, but yeah, look, I haven't taken too much notice. I just know when you sort of go through the field, you can make a case for a majority of the runners.
You're just looking at Vigor Winner. I just see on the website to TBC by the jockey there. So Troy Harris was booked for Vigor Winner. I'll just find out a little bit more. We'll continue on with our chat though, Stephen, and race number 6. Interesting race on the program, and you've got Pretty to See at $6.50. What are you rating her at?
Well, I thought her runs have all been very good, even her last start, and a pretty hot field at Hastings. Listed race, coming back to ratings 82, up to 1400. It's sticky barrier in 9, but she's a classy mare. It does have to lump around, and she's not the biggest of mares. She still has to carry a fair bit of weight. But she's got to be right in it. And to be honest, I actually really like the stablemate in Ratani. She's coming to barrier 6. Her last start was very good with no luck. She's a pretty classy mare, 54 kilos, drawn nicely. She's probably the bit of a boil-over horse, paying plenty.
I was going to ask you about her and how she lined up against Pretty to See. We've seen Pretty to See behind Princess Kedadu and a couple of others that have, you know, performed really well. Endless Drama was able to win the Easter. How does sort of Ratani line up against Pretty to See in your eyes?
Well, I think they're both, you know, obviously Pretty to See has got black type. I do think they're both black type mares. Ratani, she's just going to be even better with wetter tracks. You know, she'll go from here. She'll go to Rotorua for that weight for age fillies and there's 14, and hopefully both they can go there. But I guess with the barrier draw, Ratani just drawn a little bit easier there in 6 and 4.5 kilos difference. I think that's probably the big key to it. We're sort of pretty to see in barrier 9. You're sort of not here nor there. You can quite easily be caught 3 wide doing a bit of work, and if she is with 58.5, it's going to make it very hard on her.
Okay, let's push on and check out race number 4 in the market there. Socialites up against some well-performed horses like Pin Me Down, of course, and Peaceful. How do you think Socialites will stack up following a really nice win?
It was a nice win and she really deserved it. Look, I think it's a big step up in class. I do think it's a good field. It might only be small, but I think it's good. I'll be very interested to see how she goes. It's a nice run for 5. She should be right in the race, but today's her biggest test, that's for sure.
We're just seeing her coming close to the outside fence at Rotorua, and it was pretty soft in the end, wasn't it, Socialites? So it is going to be a big test for her today. From there, we'll roll on and have a look at race number 5. A couple of runners here. William Scott, Rip 'Em Up. Now, what do we do with Rip 'Em Up here, Stephen?
Well, finally she's drawn a good barrier. She's always had to go back. She always draws the outside gate. Barrier 6 today, I think she just posies up just to the head of midfield. She's got a very good turn of foot. I think she's pretty classy. She did a lot wrong last preparation as well. Fresh up, she was very good to the line. I thought it was a huge run. The step to the 14 from that gate, I think she's going to take a lot of beating. I really do. I think that's everything right. She is spotting them a fair bit the other day over the 1200, and you know her last couple of 100 metres and through the line was outstanding. And what looks to be what could be a very nice field.
She's always one that sort of caught my eye. What's she showing you that she's doing enough right for her ability to sort of start to come to fruition and have her winning races?
Well, last preparation, you know, we had one-eyed blinkers on her, crossover noseband. She'd sort of run in, run out, just do everything possible a horse could do wrong. And this preparation, we give her a good spell. This preparation, we've taken all the gear off her, and she's just straight and true. And, you know, I even think the other day she would have probably run top 3 if she'd drawn a good gate. Going from a field like that back to just a straight maiden and up to 1400, it just looks a perfect race for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's the type of horse when things click, she could really start winning them in a row. Is that the impression she gives you, ability-wise? Without doubt. You know, we ran her in some stakes company last time, and because we, you know, obviously what we think of her, but she just certainly wasn't a complete product. But now she seems to be really coming to, and yeah, I'd love to see her do everything right today and put her hand up and show she's a good filly. Got Socialites, William Scott, Rip 'Em Up, pretty to see the first part of the program there at Te Rapa. Ratani, tantalising, Santa Catarina, Power Dream. What's the best chance for you? Probably if we're talking sort of win bet, I'd have to say Rip 'Em Up. I do actually really like William Scott in the same race, but he's drawn 13, going to make it very difficult. But yeah, I think Rip 'Em Up's our best of the day. Split team, also runners at Hastings, and having a look at some of those runners that present there. You've got Bronte Beachmaster Park, 3-handed in the 7th, Eridani and Zapur. Raposa Repeaters at 9, and you've got Bel Facino at $4.80. Quick summation of the best chances out of those, Stephen? Yeah, probably would have thought Master Park with the form he's shown of late. He's drawn a handy gate, 3 kilos off his back. And then probably into the last, I think those two horses are big players there, Raposa Repeater and Bel Facino. Raposa Repeater was just sort of caught wide last time out, had to get a long way back. Bel Facino from a wide draw got a long way back too, but they hit the line good. From handy draws, they'll posse up well, and they should be right on it. But possibly the best of the day there could be Master Park. Excellent. Stephen Marsh there speaking about his runners at Te Rapa and Hastings. We thank him, a leading trainer, and yes, his last 50 runners to the races have yielded 9 wins, so they really are trucking along nicely.